Hello. Uh, yep, accidentally put myself on before I meant to put myself on. Yeah, there you go. How's everyone? How we all doing? Where's my cursor? Yeah. Hi, David. Hi, Eric. Hi, Tallcat. Daniel, DJV, DDX. Micro Study. Hi, Jay Dyer. Ooh. Perla, FJam. Yeah. I, glad to hear you're doing better, Amy. Welcome, Klappa. Yeah, we'll see how I do. I had the worst night of sleep last night that has been known to man. Uh, but we'll push through. I've been running around today. But I just grabbed some lunch. Uh, yeah, and we're gonna do some puzzles. You know, that might have been it, Tallcat. Tallcat asks if Zach was practicing his tap dancing and keeping me up. I'll have to have a word with him. Uh, so, not much to say today. Still working on that zetamath best of 2022 video. Probably going to work on that through the weekend. Uh, See how that goes. Zetamath will be back streaming on Sunday. Um, Zetamath is still teaching his sudoku class at the college. That's going to finish up next week. I will be streaming Wednesday next week, and I think Friday next week, Zetamath and I are going to stream together. So that's the general plan. At some point, we're going to do a 2K subscriber celebration stream, and that's going to come up in not too long. But let's see. Let's get some puzzles going. There's this new Tallcat that caught my eye. I think we're going to start with that. Yeah, we're not doing a big 2K puzzle thing, probably not going to have a thread for it, but if you do have a 2K puzzle you want us to do on stream, just DM it to me. All right. Tallcat puzzle. I got there before Simon. Nice. What? Jay, I'm not sure what Jay is asking. Jay says not big puzzles. I uh we'll do whatever puzzles people want to throw at us for the 2K stream. All right. Oh, gotcha. Words. Uh, let's see. Doing this Tallcat, pure German whispers looks like. Let's see. I always forget which button is which. Is this the right button? Yes, that's the right button. Yeah. Well, let's do some puzzles. Oops. Need to readjust. I don't know how that got moved around, but we will fix the puzzle display. There we go. So, yeah, let's get to Cornered by Tallcat. This is just German Whispers. Oh, hang on just 1 second. All right. So, along a German Whispers line, adjacent digits have to differ by at least 5. So if this is... Oop. I had the disappearing digits again. We're fixed. This wacky new given digit constraint. All right, so... when you have German Whispers, especially a pure German Whisper puzzle, one great thing to ask to begin with is where do 5s go? Since 5 can't go on a German Whispers because it would have to go next to a 0 or a 10, and in this puzzle we don't have 0s and 10s. So in this box, and this box, and this box, and this box, we can pencil 5s into these cells. So in box 1, we get 5s in these cells, 5s in these cells. Oh, the bet tree. That was supposed to be row 8, column 2, I think, if I remember correctly. Is that what you said? Yes. Bet tree in row 8, column 2. Okay. 5s in these cells. And so we get to ask, where does 5 go in box 3? Not in a row with a 5, not in a column with a 5, not in a column with a 5, and not on a German Whisper. So 5 in column, or box 3, woo, words today. 5 in box 3 goes here. And we get to do a 5 dance. Let's see. Making sure, yeah. We will record this, and Zach will do his 5 dance. Do 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 do. Woo, do 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 do. Woo, woo, woo. Boop, boop, doop, doo. Wee. Do 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 do. Wah! Zach is a little bit subdued today, but we will... So that 5 gives us a 5 here. All right. Garion wants us to look at these given 4s and 6s, which is also interesting because 4 and 6 can go on German whispers, but they force a 1 or a 9, or a 9 or a 1, next to them. So we get to ask, where does 6 go in this box? And it can't go in any of these cells, because that would force 2 9s on either side of it. So 6 goes in one of these cells, which means 9 is in one of these cells. And we get to do this around the box. Oh, this is... I mean 1. I always do that. Always do that. Thank you, chat. It's a little different in various places, since this isn't quite symmetrical. Let's see. In box 2, 4 oddly goes in one of these cells. But the 4 in one of these cells, and that's the point, is going to force a 9 in one of these cells. Yes, good point. Gosh. Haven't been sick for like a week and a half, but my nose is still stuffy. 6 is in one of these cells, which is going to force 1 into one of these cells. 4 is in one of these cells, which is going to force 9 in one of these cells. So we get virtual 1-9 pairs in row 5 and in column 5. Okay. Garion with a good point, that since 9 is gone in this column, we can't have a 9 in any of these cells, which means 4 can't go on the whispers at all. Hi, Memerister. So we get a 4 in one of these cells. That is going to continue around. This 9 means we can't have a 4 in these cells, so we have a 4 in these cells. This 1 means we have a 6 in one of these cells, and this 1 means we have a 6 in one of these cells. So, right, we have a 6 here. Six in box 9 is restricted to 2 cells. Right, we can't put 6, that's the point. We can't put 6 on in either of these cells. Because if we did, we'd have to put a 1 in one of these cells, but we know the 1 in this box is not in these cells. So we can't put a 6 in these cells. So 6 is ruled out of here, it's ruled out of here. So 6 is going to join the 5, and we actually get a 5-6 pair here. So we get 6s excluded from these cells and this cell, since there's a 6 in this row. So we actually get a 6 here. So we get 1s on both sides of it. And let's see. So yeah, 4 in box 9 is in one of these cells. So we actually get a 9 in one of these cells, which gives us 2 places for 9 in box 5, but definitely off this whisper. Ah, yes. Carl with a good point is that now we know which column the 4 goes in box 6, and it goes in this one, and it goes in one of these cells, which means we're going to have a 9 there. Ah, yeah. MicroStudy says, well, we talked about the 1 in box 5. What about the 9? Well, just by virtual sudoku, 9 is restricted to the same, or 1 rather, is restricted. I'm saying the backwards numbers, but the point is 1 goes along with the 9 and makes a 1-9 pair. Where does 6 go in box 1, asks Garion, which is interesting. Because, let's see, 6 can't go here because that would have to be a 1. There's already a 6 in row 1, so 6 actually goes here. And so 6 can't go in these cells, so that's not a 1. 6 goes in one of these cells, so that's a 1. This is a very cool puzzle right off the bat. Four goes in box 1. 4 not in these cells, not in these cells, since there's a 4 in the column. And if 4 were here, we'd have to put 9 where we can't. So 4 is here. And that's 9. So that's going to put a 4 here and a 9 here. And now, just by Sudoku, we can place a 9 here. Yeah, this is really beautiful. I'm being told this cell can't be a 4 anymore. Philippe with a good point that 1 is placed here by sudoku. Ah, Garion is right. If this were a 4, just by whispers, this would have to be a 9, and it certainly can't be. So this is the 4. So oh, Carl with a gorgeous, gorgeous point. Uh, Imagine this digit is low since it has to be 5 away from 9. Uh, can't be 4. Imagine it's 2 or 3, then place that digit by sudoku uh, in box 3, and it goes here, and a number is not 5 away from itself. So that actually means that this is a 1. That was really beautiful. So that gives us our 9 and our 1. This 1 here looks down and prevents us from putting a 6 here, is Sarah's point. So that gets us a 6 here and a 1 here. Oh yeah, Zeta would be high-low coloring all of this. Right, this is low, so it's a 2 or a 3. I mean, I guess we could high-low color, but I just feel like this grid is so pretty, I don't want to mark it up. 2 or 3 next to a 7 or an 8. Don't high-low color? I can refrain. And yeah, this is low, so Todd is correct, is that these are actually a 2-3 pair. This is high, and it's not 6 or 9, so it's 7 or 8, says Bukra. Bukra? So we actually have a 7-8 pair in the rows, so just 2-3 to finish the row. We got our 5 and our 6 down here. Five here. Garion with the beautiful point that this C is 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So it is high. So it's 7 or 8. Hi, welcome, Thomas. We're doing well. I hope you are too. Yep, this is high without being 6 or 9, points out Tom. Welcome, Cray. I think it's Cray. I think that's what we established last time, but uh, forgive me if I got that wrong. Uh, excellent, excellent. So this is low and it sees 1 or 4, so that's 2 or 3. 1 and 4. This sees 1 and 4, so that's 2 or 3. Philippe asks where this digit goes in column 8, and it goes here. Those are the same digit. We may end up subcoloring some of these pairs. Which may be why Tallcat didn't want us to high-low color. Carl points out we know the high-lowity of this line, since we have 2 lows here, 1 low here, so we only have 1 more low left in the column, and it goes here. And so that's a 7/8. And that's a 7/8. You can say these are from 7, 8, 9. Russ with a great point that this actually can't be 3 because it goes next to a 7, so that is a 2. Yep, Sayori sees that as well. So 3 and 4 are what's left in the column, which is great because it means neither of these can be a 7. So that's a 7. And then we only have 1 digit we haven't placed, and that's a 9. Yeah, what goes next to 7? It's a 2 and 2 over here. And this this digit sees 1 and 4. Obviously it can't be 4. So it's 2 or 3, but wait. Hang on. Are we broken? Did we break it? Oh, it's high. That's the point. It can't be low. Because it would have to be 3. Yeah, we didn't break it. That is the point. Is that if this were low, it would have to be 3, which would have to go next to 8 and 9, but it can't do that. So it's high. So it's a 7 or an 8. Now, if this were low, it sees 1, 2, and 4. It would have to be 3, which goes next to an 8 or a 9, but those are gone in the column. So this is high. So it's 6 or 7, and we know which, because 6 has to go next to a 1, and it can't. So that is a 7. And this can't be 1, so that's a 2. And this can't be 6, so it's an 8. That's an 8 now. 7 and 8 go in here. 7. That's cool how this line stepped in and did work. Right, this is a low digit. Cray points out that this is a low digit, and it sees 1, 2, and 4, so it is a 3. So that's an 8 or a 9. And what goes on the other side of 8? It's 2. Yep. So we get a 2 in one of these cells. Suppose we can ask what's left in this column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. And that's not a 1, and that's not a 7. This 7 resolves this 2, 3 pair, points out Perla and MicroStudy and a bunch of people. So that's a 2, that's a 3, that has to go next to an 8. So we get a 2, purple is 7. We can uncolor you. Seven now placed in column 2. Also, we get a 2 up here. And a 2 over here. And this is a 3 or a 4, but it's not a 4. So that's a 3 and that's a 4. So that's a 9, that's a 3, that's an 8. Hi, Isabella. Welcome. How are you doing? We're doing a neat Tallcat. The point is, left in box 1, we have a 3 and a 7, and that's an 8 out of somewhere. So that's a 3, that's a 7. We might be about ready to bring out Mark. Yep, it's Mark time. So we immediately get 8, 3, 1, 8. The bet tree is a 4. Congratulations to any 4 betters. If Daniel is here, Daniel, you got your 4 bet. 9 and 1, 5, 4, 7, 6, 9, 5, 3, 6, 4, 5, 8, 6, 5, 3, 4, 6, 3, and 5. Oh, congratulations, Carl. Excellent. Thanks for the puzzle, Tallcat. That was great. Very nice. Very nice. And somehow I got to it before Simon. Yeah, that was fantastic. I mean, Philippe, it was a Tallcat puzzle, and you know Tallcat isn't going to release a puzzle without it being just really beautiful. So yeah. Yeah. Have fun at your wedding, Tallcat. Well, I say your wedding, I mean the wedding you're going to. Greek dancing. Fun. All right. Well, I'm still awake, kind of. Uh, so, so James Sinclair has a pair of these J. Dyer deconstructions. A 1-star and a 4-star, and I thought we might tackle both of them. Welcome, Math Pesto. So, let's have a look at the first one of these. Deconstruction site is what this first puzzle is called. Let me give James Sinclair a ping. Yeah, I really enjoy James Sinclair puzzles. I really enjoy J. Dyer style deconstructions. I'm looking forward to these. I saw that 6 cage when I was looking at the puzzle earlier. I suppose we should put rules in the video description. All right. Now, gotta pick a bet cell. And I think we are going to pick that as our bet cell. For reasons that I will explain in a minute. Yeah. So in this puzzle, we must fill the grid with 9 non-overlapping 3x3 square regions, such that each region contains the digits 1 to 9 once each. J. Dyer bets empty cell. That doesn't seem like a great bet. uh, Cells outside regions don't contain digits. Cages show the sum. Digits can't repeat within a cage, just normal killer rules. And digits along an arrow sum to the digit in the arrow's circle. And I want to start out by looking at this 6 cage and talking about a consequence of the rules of 11 by 11 J. Dyer deconstructions, which is that there are actually 9 cells in the grid. And they are these 9 that we know must be part of a region. They must be, in fact, 9 different regions, but and that is very interesting for the it's very interesting for the 6 cage, but let's go ahead and give these colors. And let's see, we should come up with some new colors. Let's see. Let's have like like a purpley blue. I get that reference, Jay Dyer. I was a huge fan of Terry Pratchett when I was younger. Let's see. We're gonna have like a different sort of green, and this can be that's too dark. Maybe teal. Maybe some kind of teal. Sure, those are our colors. All right, and the point is, and you can prove. Russ says the two greens look similar. Well, we're gonna keep it. These greens aren't gonna. It'll be clear. Just from the 3x3s that. Oh, I guess we can change it up. Now that looks more similar to me. But anyway, it is very handy to know this fact about these 9 cells. I'm not sure I'm going to prove that. This is not quite the same green it was, but I'm just going to leave it like this, since it's a little easier to see what's going on in this style of puzzle. Well, we're going to be fancy and have we're going to be fancy and have every cage have different, or every box have different colors. So the point is, these digits Oh, gray for empty cells. I didn't leave myself a gray. How should we handle this? Oh God. Even though I like this blue, we're going to we're gonna get rid of this blue and just make this red again, and then we'll use gray for empty cells. Right. So it is provable that these 9 cells are in regions. I'm not going to prove it here because it's kind of annoying, but it is very helpful to know this because we know these 3 cells are actually contain digits, but they are 3 cells that contain digits that are in the same cage, so they have to be different. And this cage adds to 6. So these are the digits 1, 2, 3. You know, I think this, I made this gray not dark enough. There we go. So, whoops, didn't mean to do that. So we actually get to immediately gray the entire rest of the 6 cage, which is going to let us gray a bunch more stuff too. So these cells are not accessible. These cells are not accessible. Wait. Sorry. These cells are not accessible. I just invented, oh, wow, yeah, I screwed up a whole bunch. Yeah. Just inventing inaccessible cells. This red is forced. This red is forced. This purple is forced. This green is forced. This bluey purple is forced. This green is forced. Let's see, this yellow has to at least take these cells. Yeah. This 16 cage does need to add up. In fact, I wasn't even looking at the cages, but we certainly can do a bunch of things. We need 2 digits. We're about to get a bunch of digits. So these are definitely yellow, which means yellow is forced. Let's see, these are gray. I know we can do digits. I'm gonna look at coloring for a bit. So certainly that digit is blue. Yeah. So this 7 cage is very easy. Since this can't have a digit in it, this just is 7, and we get to do a 7 dance. Cue Zach. Wah! Thank you, Zach. Thank you. And these are 2 digits that add to 16s. They have to be 7 and 9, but we know the order. It's been pointed out that we have 5 digits adding to 35, so they must be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That one's not 7 or 9. These have to both be orange. So that forces orange. So these are all gray. These are blue. And in fact, blue is going to be forced because the 16 cage and the 10 cage both have to have cells. So those are blue and those are gray. We know that's a 7, 9. Yeah, if we had our coloring penguin, we could do our coloring dance. Let's see. 4 cells adding to 30 have to be 6, 7, 8, 9, but none of these are 7, so that's 7. Forgot we can get out our killer cage. That's not 7. Oh, it's funny. These are actually cosmetic cages, so we don't even get yeah. So yeah, we know these are 7, 8, 9. Our 15 cage, let's see. Can't have double-digit numbers in it. Can't have a 7 in it. Yeah, these are... yeah. It's been pointed out that this is 28 in 7 cells, which only works if you minimize it. These are not 7. This is not 7. This is not 7. One of these is definitely 7. Speaking of, we get another 7 here, so that's going to get 9 and 7. Uh, 29 and 4 is 5, 7, 8, 9. So we get another 7. And that's not 7, so that's 7. Did I do something wrong? Let's see. Let's see, this is the sum of 3 digits, but we could have repeats. Oh, is 7 placed in orange? Yeah, just by split apart sudoku. So that's a 7. Yeah, 8 and 9 are ruled out of this cage, so it just must be 4, 5, 6. What just happened? Bye, Ambrose. Thanks for coming. So our 18 cage doesn't have 2-digit numbers, doesn't have a 7, uh, doesn't have a 4, 5, or 6. Wait. What did I do? Ah. Oh, just right. We know 8 and 9 are both in this cage, so it just is 189, right? Uh, just by sudoku, 8 and 9 are forced in here. Todd says it's unusual that we have 8 of a digit but not the ninth. That's a fun consequence of this rule set. Also, I like how symmetrically disposed these boxes are. Yeah, 6 looking down column 1. Good point to Kuraban. So we must have none of these cells can be 6, so we must have 6 in one of these cells, which means one of these two cells has to be 6. This can't have a 7 in it, so this is actually 6 and 9, and we know the order. That's not 6. These aren't 6. That's not 6 anymore. And that 6 also looks across. So we get an 8 there. That's a 6-9 pair. Amy points out that this 5 looks left, giving us a 4 and a 5. And this 8 gives us a 9 here. Excuse me. A 9 here, an 8 here. So that's a 5, that's a 9, that's an 8. That's not 9, that's not 8. Let's see. Clean up some pencil marks. Yeah, microstudy saw that first. Yep. Kurban asks, where does 9 go in purple? Not in these, not in these, not here, and not on an arrow that has more things. So that's a 9, which resolves our 6 and our 9. Oh, 8 in red is going to have to go in one of these cells, which is going to look down and give us an 8 there. And Heliopolis asks, do you prefer Heliopolis or do you prefer Jeffrey? Asks, where does 9 go in bottom red, and not in these cells and not in a row with a 9. So it goes here, and that's going to look over. Right. We know this is we know this is at least 6, but 7, 8, 9 are gone in the box. No, do we know it's at least 6? Ooh. Hang on. I don't think we know it's at least 6. Because digits on it could repeat. Well, I know we have a 7, 8, 9 in the box, but why couldn't it be 5? Oh, there's a 5. Well, why couldn't it be 4? Right, it's 4 or 6. Right, we have a 1, 2, 3 triple left in the bottom row. Points out Isabella. A bunch of people are saying we can't put 4 on this arrow, but I don't immediately see why it couldn't be 4, 1, 1 adding to 6. That's not 1. We do get a 2, 3 pair here. Tom asks, where does 7 go in this row? Since it has 9 cells, it needs a 7, and it can only go here. Where does 5 go in red? It goes in one of these cells, and I don't, then yeah, this can't be a 5, so that's a 1. Jay Dyer points out that 6 and 9 look down here and give us a 6, 9 pair. So we should know what this is. Is that a 4? Looks like a 4. Yeah, we have a 2-3 pair in this row, so we get a 1 here. Yeah, 1 can't go in this. Oh. Yeah, we have a 2-3 pair left in row 10. That's true. Yep, 4-6 pair left in the box. Yep. Good point, folks, is that 6 is ruled out of these cells, so this must be a 2-6 pair. And that 2-6 pair is going to look down and give us a 3 and then a 1 up here. That 1 is going to knock a 1 out of here by the 6 cage. That 3 gives us a 2 over here. So that's a 3, that's a 2. Welcome, Andrew. That 6 cage gives us a 2 here. Yeah. Since this can't be 1 and 2, this can't be 4 anymore, so we get 6 and 4. And the point is these add to 5, but they're not 2 3s. So these are 1 and 4, and we know the order. And then this is a right in. 1, 2, it looks like a 3. So that gives us our 2 and 3, not 6. being asked where 1 goes in row 7. It has to go over here. So where does 1 go in the 28 cage? It can only go here. We still have to put a 1 in this box, and it goes here. That's a write-in. Looks like a 3. We know what these are. They look like a 4, which goes here, and 3, 4, 5. And so we know what this is. Looks like a 2, and that is a 3. No 4 there. No 1. Oh yeah, that has a 3 looking at it. Carl wants us to look at column 5 and see what's left, and it's 6 and 8, but this 28 cage needs a 6 in it, and the only place it can get it is here, so that's an 8. That's a 6, that's a 5, that's an 8. Yeah, Kurabon points out this 6 also looks down. We've got 3 and 5 left in this column, points out microstudy. So these aren't 3 or 5. Really just 2, 4, and 6 left in the box. Oh, but not 6, because the 6 goes up here. Kurban says we can place 1 in column 9, which is true. It goes here. So since this is a 3 or a 5, this is a 2 or a 4, and we get a 2-4 pair, so that's a 6. So 2 in this box goes in one of these cells, which looks over here. Garion with the really cute spot that in yellow, 2 goes here or here, and this cell sees 2, this cell in the row, and this cell in the cage. So this definitely can't be 2, and the bet cell is a 5. So congratulations to any 5 betters. And that's also going to get us a 3 here. So this is now a 2-4 pair, and we know the order. That's a 2, that's a 4, so that's a 2, that's a 4, that's a 3, that's a 5. Very nice. Okay, this Robert points out that we only have 2 digits left in orange, and we probably know the order because we haven't placed a 5 in orange, and it's going to have to go here, and that one is an 8. So this 10 cage, it's not 3-7. It's not 1-9. So if it's 2-8, it goes like that. And if it's 4-6, it goes like that. But I bet it helps if we do this. So let's, oh, Perla points out that we get a 3 here. So these are 2, 3, 4, which goes here, and 5, which goes here, 7, and 8, which goes here. So we actually have 2 and 6 left in this row, and 4 and 8 left in the box, and that's going to do it. Oh, very nice. Very nice. So that was marked as 1 star. And what I actually want to do is do the other puzzle by James Sinclair that has the same rule set. That is supposed to be harder. So we're going to go straight on to doing that. But first, I am going to take a little break. So I will be back in just a few minutes with the next puzzle. See you soon. Welcome back, everyone. We are going to do this next puzzle by James Sinclair that has exactly the same rule set, except that the digits in the squares are even. we're going to go ahead and write 2468. Welcome, Ace of Spades. Straight out of class, it seems. Oh, and I'll say to anyone who hasn't, if you could please take a moment and click the like button. That would really help us out. We really appreciate that. And these are all in a cage together, so we know they're different. Thank you for subscribing, Robert. So I'm going to go ahead and do our coloring the same as the last puzzle. Bet sell. Is James still here? Does James have a recommended bet sell? Otherwise, we're gonna have to we're gonna have to figure something out ourselves. Has anyone here done this puzzle? That's true. I guess it's really hard for the setter to recommend one. We are going to choose one randomly. No, we're just going to choose a random cell. So we're going to pick one in the third row, which if it ends up being one of the shaded cells, I will pick a new one. Row 3, column 1 is what... In a 6 gauge, though? I don't like that one. We're going to pick a new one. Row 5, column 3. Okay, I like that better. That will be our bet cell. Well, MicroStudy might actually get his 0, sort of. All right. I mean, it couldn't be a 0, but it could have a value of 0 for the purpose of arrows and cages, which is close enough. Right. Kurban points out that we need to hit every cage. So this cage is going to have a yellow here. That'll have to be a green. That'll have to be a green. That'll have to be an orange. And I think taking this cell with red is the only way the 6 cage gets a digit. And this one's more interesting because this 15 cage needs 2 digits in it. And so there's no way we do this without taking both of these cells with red. Carl points out that this is going to need some digits. And we know for sure they're going to include these digits. It does need at least one more, but we don't know which. Right, greater than 19 is going to need at least 3 digits, and we know for sure this is one of them. And this 17 is going to need more, so this will be one of them. And this 15 needs at least 2. Which I think means these are all blue. And this 29 cage is kind of getting starved a bit. So this 29 cage needs at least 4. And this arrow needs some digits, so this at least has to go up this far. Yeah, if purple doesn't take... because yellow can't take any of the 29 cage. Orange can't take any of the 29 cage. And blue could take at most 1 of the 29 cage. And that's just not going to work. And if blue takes 1 of the 29 cage, then this purple could only take 2 more, and that's not enough. So in fact, purple is just all of this. I really enjoy this type of puzzle. Okay, and that's going to give us some cells we can gray. Right. Nothing can reach these cells. So what's the minimum number of cells that this requires? Does it have to be completely filled? Let's see. No. Yes? Okay. All right, so it needs at least 6. So it can miss 1 at most. Which I think means that green and green are going to have to at least take these cells. So that gives us grays here. And that's gray. Ah, it is pointed out by many that we have digits. A bunch of digits, but yeah, we'll do a bit, but to satisfy this cage, this has to be a 6 and this has to be a 6, which is going to do a bunch of things. But the first thing it does is give us a 60 dance. Woo! 60 dance. And what I love about this 6 is that this now has to be higher than 6, but it can only be 8, which is going to give us a 2 there. Oh. Right. It could both be 6. It could just both be 6. Darn. Well, I liked it better my way. Somebody with a great point is that we actually know purple takes one of these cells. So what purple can't do is take this cell. So we actually have to fill the rest of the 36 cage with greens, or else we're not getting high enough. Oh, right. One of the greens. So I guess we can say that at least the greens do at least this. Uh, and now this is has at least two different cells on its arrows, so it can't be two. And these have two different cells, so that can't be two. So we actually get a 4-8 pair. A bunch of people are pointing that out. But I think Carl said it in the way that got me there. So that is a 2. So we get to take 2 out of these. 2 out of these. Right, I think these can't be taken by anything now. A few people are saying that. Ace of Spades points out that we need more cells in this. So this is going to go at least this far. Since this can't be a 6 anymore. Good spot. So yeah, a good point. We have 5 cells in the 45 cage. We're going to need exactly 4 more. Let's see, that can't be taken by anything. Jaleb points out that this can't be a 2 since this can't be a 2. Oh, Philippe with a great point is that uh, this plus can't just be 4 cells anymore. Because if it were 4 cells, it would have to be exactly 6, 7, 8, 9. But if it's this 4 cells or this 4 cells, it can't have a 6 in it anymore. So in fact, Violet has to take all of these cells. Let's see, we get more graying here and here. let's see. Oh yeah, I was initially not sure about why this couldn't be uh, a one cell arrow, but this arrow sums to 4, 6, or 8, but this cell can't be 4, 6, or 8. So, and red can't come up, so orange has to come down at least one row. That's that's a good spot. Ah, yeah, that's a subtle point, but ish. But I do see it now. It's been pointed out that if this were 4, then we would need 1 and 3 in. Yeah, actually, it's just not going to work out for a number of reasons. Uh, so, right. So that is going to be an 8. That's a 6. And now these uh, have to be empty. So dark green goes over here. That's empty. That's empty. That's not. This is a 4. 6. Actually, this is going all around. That's cool. Now these have to be 1 and 3. So that's going to have to be gray. So all of these are gray. And so orange goes up. This arrow needs another cell on it. So light green has to come down and take that. So that is gray. Red certainly takes these cells. Right. If this red went all the way up, then we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, way too many cells. So we can't come all the way up here with red. So red has to go at least this far down. This 4 is going to need a 1 and a 3 to add up to it, points out Philippe. So exactly one of these reds is going to have to go out and take the... we can't have this cell in a region, points out Andrew, or that's going to put us over 9. So these are gray. So that's going to push yellow 1 space right. Kurban has a point about 8s being limited in this region, that by various pinchiness of 8s, 8 is going to have to go in one of these. Oh, and 8 can't go in here because of this 8, but ooh. So Jaleb says this looks forced. I don't see why this couldn't be a 9, though. I agree there are a lot of things it can't be. Can't be 1, 2, 3, 4. Could be 5, can't be 6. Could be 7, can't be 8, and I really don't see apparently Chad had a point, is that where are we putting 6 in the giant 45 cage? We can't put it here, can't put it here. It's not going in any of these cells. It's not going there. Or there, or there. So, wow. That is brilliant. So it has to go all the way down in the corner, and that is going to resolve a ton of stuff. Brilliant spot there. Yeah, and D-Web saw it as well. Um, uh, so top red can't go up, otherwise we have too many cells. So these are gray and these are red. And these are gray. So right, these see all evens, so they are odd. And does the 36 cage prevent us from having 1-7? Yeah. Number of people pointing out that this is a 1-5 pair. Our 36 cage is going to have to be missing. Yeah, it has to be missing digits adding to 9. And it's definitely right. It has to be missing digits adding to 9, and it's definitely missing a 6. So it's missing 1, 2, and 6. So that means these are 3, 5 for sure. And these now are extremely limited because they can't be 2, 6. They can't be 4, 4. And they also can't be 3, 5. So they are 1, 7, and that only goes one way since we can't have a 1 in the 36 cage. So that's a 7, and that's a 1. Yeah, Kurobon made a point about 8s earlier, and I don't remember what it was. 8 in bottom right red. It has to go here. And so these are going to have to be 2 and 5 to make up the cage. Yeah, it is pointed out that we actually know what these are. They're the other 3 digits that we have that aren't 1, 2, and 6, which is 4, 8, and 9. That's FJam's point. And we know this one's not a 4. We know which one is 8. Right, these can't be 8. So that's 8. Oh, cute. Isabella, this is where do 1 and 3 go in row 6? Well, one of them goes here, But the other one can't go here or here, so it goes here. So that's 3, and that's 5. That's 1, and that's 3. I really like that. One by Sudoku goes here, which is going to bounce up here. So that's a 3, and that's a 1. That was Daniel's point and a bunch of others. So where, yeah, Carl says it again. A bunch of people said it, but Carl said it in the way that made sense to me. Where is this cage getting a 5? It can only get it from here. Wow, microstudy pointing out that by column 6, there's a 1 here. So we have to have a 1. So 189 isn't going to get us above 19. So that is in. Yeah, pointed out that we only have 2 digits left in the 45 cage, and there are 7 and 9. And this box only has 1 thing left in it, points out Andrew. So that's 3. Wow. Yeah. Bunch of people pointing out that if both of these are in, they have to be 1, 5. Well, this can't be 1 or 5. Or 2, 4, and neither one of them can be a 2. So these cells are closed off. That's a 6. And now blue has to go up. in top left for red, just by sudoku, 6 is placed here. And then in orange, 6 is forced here. So it's been pointed out that we do need a 3 in column 10, and it can only go there. Isabella wants us to notice that this is the only place for 8 in row 5. Column 9, we have a 179 triple, not 1 there. Robert with a great point is that blue has to get an 8, and it no longer can get it in any of these 3 columns. That is excellent. So that finishes our coloring. Row 6, yes, has a 7-9 pair left. Now, yeah, now this is a 15 cage and 5 cells. So there's only one thing it can be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not a 3. None of these are 1. That's not a 4. That's not 1. Seven, 8, 9 left in the box. And only one place for 8. And we get a 1 placed here. Four in purple. Now it goes there. So we get our 9 and our 4. 7 and 9 left. This is 2, 4, or 5 by the column. Oh, the 17 cage. Let's see, can't have a 3 in it. Can't have an 8 in it. Correspond with a good point is that we know what these sum to. They have to sum to 11, so 5 doesn't work. So then we need a 5. Well, right. Could have also, yeah, needs a 5 in it. Right. This is going to have to be a 2 or a 4. Asking where 5 goes in light green. Ah, here. So that's going to put a 5 up here. And a 4, says Tom, here. So that gives us our 2, and so that has to be a 9, I believe. So that's going to be a 7 and a 4. Yeah, this is actually a 5-9 pair, points out Philippe. And so this is a 1 and a 2. 3, 4, 5 here, so that's a 2. We get our 9 and our 7. That's a 9, that's a 7. So now 7 in this red has to go in the bet tree. So congratulations to any 7 bettors out there. Looks like Robert got it. Congratulations, Robert. Ah, and Isabella got it too. Congratulations. May all your betting wishes come true. Well, 4 was a pretty risky bet, Daniel, with 3 even cells looking at this. Oh, pointing Octojovi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's a 9. These are 2 and 3 for the, wait, nope, ignore Sven over here. These are something that sum to at least 10. Yeah, there's much Svenage over here. Can say what these are. 1, need it 2, need it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, these actually don't work out very many ways. Bye, Bremster. Have fun streaming. Enjoy. Yeah. This has to be at least 10, but can't have 4, 6, 7, 8, or it can't have 4, 7, 8, or 9. So, the only thing it can be is 5 and 6, and we know the order. This 1, 5 looks over here. 3, 4, and 5 go in. By this row, 2, 7 here. So these are 3 and 8. Thank you, Daniel. Don't worry about it, Sarah. MicroStudy asks where 8 is going in this column, and it can only go here. And so in dark green, 3 has to go here. And left in dark green, we have 2 and what's the other one? 7. Where's 8 going in column 2? Only here, points out Todd. Jovi Wing on 7s. Do we have to have a 7 in the greater than 29 cage? Oh, 7 has to appear in column 2. Right. So it goes there. Thank you, D-Web. Carl points out that 5 in these rows forms a GOV wing, ruling 5 out of here. So that's a 9 and that's a 5. Philippe points out that by sudoku we have a 1-3 pair. Three into column 2 goes here. Points out Bukra. Getting close. So a 9 has to go in this cage. So that's there, giving us a 7 and a 9 and a 2, a 7, a 2 and a 7. We also get a 5 and a 2. We need to put a 4 here, so that's a 4, that's a 9. So we get 2 and 9. So we got 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 5 and 1. I don't think we're going to get solution check on this one. But left in this box we have a 2, which goes there, and this digit is a 5. Very nice. Excellent. Well, I had a lot of fun with this pair of puzzles. Yeah, these were great. They were both great, zetamath. The previous one had this 6 cage that was pretty wild. Very nice, very nice. Welcome back, Ambrose. So I think we're going to finish out stream with some 6x6s. Thank you, James. I'm glad you enjoyed. These were great puzzles, great setting, a lot of fantastic logic. I love this type of puzzle. I love what you did with the killer cages. The interaction is great. Yeah, love it. Andrew wants me to let zetamath choose a 6x6 for me. Do you have a 6x6 you want me to do, zetamath? Otherwise, I will pick one myself. Yeah, there are some from the zetamath pack I still haven't done. Let's see. Such a pain to get to this. All right. Let's see. Let's see. I haven't done the Chinese whispers. The even sweeper looks fun. Do you have a recommendation, zetamath? Haven't done the double arrow. Even sweeper. Oh, looks like the CTC link even works. Let's see. Post the rules. All right. So we have normal Sudoku rules, and a digit in a circle indicates how many of the 9 surrounding cells, including itself, are even. If we have a 4 here, then exactly 4 of these digits must be even. So let's see. So let's even odd color. So these are odd. We know exactly one of these is even, so both of these must be even. So these are both at least 2. I guess that means they're both at least 3. So these are on the higher end. 1 goes in one of these cells. Oh, hey. We get an automatic so this now is 4 or 6. And it can't be 6, so it's 4. That's very nice. So our first digit is a 4. And now this points out, Andrew, this is max 4, but it's not 1 or 3, so it is 2 or 4. So it is even. And if it were 4, that would put 4 evens in this row. So that's actually a 2. So where's 2 going? We know these are even, so these must be odd. So our 2 has to go here. Garion says this counts all evens in the box. The other row 6, column 5. Ah, yes. We just get that this is a 3 for free. I did a zetamath. That's odd. Yeah, and we get a 6 for free here, points out Thomas. Get a lot of Toms and Thomases around here. I don't think it would go well for us if we had a ban on Thomases. Row 3, column 5. Yeah, is going to see all 3 of these plus these 2, so we get a 5, points out Jay. Yes, I would be much busier if we so these are 1 and 4 by the column. Andrew points out that these are actually a 1-5 pair, and those look down, so that's a 4-6 pair. That's a 1. That's a 4. This can't be a 6, so that's a 4, and that's a 6. These are 2 and 5. This is definitely not a 2, I agree. So we only have 2 and 3 left for the column, but if this were a 2, that would break itself. So this is a 3, and that's a 2. Good point, Philippe. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is satisfied, so that is odd. This 4 needs to be satisfied. So that is going to have to be a blue 6, and that is an orange 1. And this 3 is already satisfied. So these are both odd. So that's even. It's a 3 or a 5. Sudoku on evens. Yeah, which one of these is 6? It's that one. And so that's 2 and that's 4. 5 and a 2 there. Andrew asks, which odd is not a 3 or a 5? It's a 1. Very, very nice. Right. 2 here by sudoku. So exactly one of these. So this is going to be a 3. And this, we just get a 4 by sudoku. And I think we can just mark probably. Four, 6, 3, 1, 6, and 5. And I said that as though I was done, but we got a 1 and a 5. Very nice, very nice. So, let's finish off with zetamath's Chinese whispers. Oh, my links are way out of date. This is, whoops. This is Chameleon's GitHub username. So adjacent digits on a line must differ by at most 2. So we know all of these are from 2, 3. These are 2, 3 pairs. And so is this is going to have to be a 4 then, since it's definitely next to a 2, and it can't be a 1 or a 3. So that's a 4. So our first digit is a 4. So this can't be a 6, so it's going to have to be a 5 with a 3 and a 2. So that's a 2, that's a 3. Left in this row, we've got 4 and 6. Let's see, this is going to have to be 1 or 3. 3 or 5 here. Let's see. This can be at most 4. So it is 1 or 4. This can't be 1 or 3. So it is 4. And we still need a 6 in the column. It has to go here. And left in the column is a 5. This is a 3, 4, or 6. A 6 left here. Chat went very quiet. Everybody still here? Andrew says 6 in column 2. Indeed, it goes here. So this has to be a 1 or a 2. Six in box 2. Ah, very nice. 6 in box 2 has to go here. So we're going to have a 4 there. That has to be a 3. 5 in this row goes there. That's a 1. Sarah still slightly asleep. Four in this box goes up here. So 1 and 2, but 1 can't go next to 4, so that's 2 and that's 1. And let's go ahead and mark 3 here, 5. 5 there, 6, 2, 5. That has to be a 3, and that's going to take us home. If I don't press wrong buttons. Very nice. Yeah, that was cute. I'm going to end. Let me see if I can redirect to Bremster's stream. Because I know Bremster is streaming. Bremster has not given me permission to redirect to them. Well, then I will just link to Bremster's stream. Yeah. Thank you all for coming. That's Bremster's stream, so check that out after this. Oh, I always have a deconstruction urge, micro study. Yeah, thanks everyone for coming. And thank you to our supporters. Everything you do, just coming to the streams, hitting the like button, subscribing if you're new. And if you would like to support us financially, you can do so by clicking the join button down below or visiting the Patreon link in the description. And thank you so much to everyone who supports us, especially those who support at the top level, which are David Ratner, Michael O'Connor, Nordy, Franco, Woofer, Andreas, DDX, and Logan Wall. Thank you all so much. Yes, thank you, mods. And let's all go watch Bremster do some more Sudoku. The channel will be back on Sunday with zetamath streaming. And then I will be back on Wednesday, I think. And then I think zetamath and I will stream together next Friday. So, I think that's the plan, and I'm going to keep working on zetamath's Best of 2022 video, and hopefully get it out soon. So, when is the Fog of War? Well, zetamath still has birthday puzzles left, so zetamath will be doing more birthday puzzles, and probably after that we've got the 2K subscriber celebration, and probably after that we'll be doing Fog of War. So it's going to be into February. Probably it's going to be around the beginning of February, I think. So thanks again for everyone coming out today, and we will see you on the channel soon. Take care of yourselves.